Let's meditate. It was a long day and night, leaving at 8 in the evening, flight out of Narita, arriving here at 8 in the morning, and then this and that, and I'm ready to go to sleep. But I thought to have a little time for meditation. The last thing I did was that for my friend to find the password somewhere in his mobile or laptop, I asked Gemini what would be the procedure. In short, they said there's a report, and I didn't read the report but asked how long would it take for a typical case to get the password. Gemini said it takes 5 minutes maximum. That was surprising. I said I'll sleep on it and maybe send the report to my friend. I'm afraid to read it because if I read it, I don't know what I'll do, so maybe I'll sleep on it. That'll be a help, and the AI helped me. Actually, I can read the report and ask other AI what they may think. Anyway, those are part of the branches of the tree I was talking about. That our thinking is going like a tree branches to see what makes the most sense to get the most out of our energy and what we can for our growth. So conceptually, what we are doing, in my view, is fairly simple. We have the energy source. Energy source is the way of nature, as I see it, that produced us to be this DNA and this person, given my parents and previous generations of parents, processed whatever they did, brought me on earth. And over time I learned the language, not so good in English, but not so good in Japanese too anymore. Whatever the experience I had, I think I tried. I don't know if I tried to grow. I think so. It's kind of like programmed in me that I like to grow. And if when I cannot grow anymore, then I'll pass on the baton to the next generation. But until the end of it, I may still have this liveliness, which is the creative source, so that I will hopefully optimize processing it so I make the most of it. I think that's maybe the conclusion of today's event. And many events are like that. So that's when I mentioned about the tree analogy again in the other video. Tree grows on its own. They don't complain. They don't look at trees and envy or anything, but they may benefit from the surroundings. But ultimately they do their own job with the soil they got, the skill they developed, and this direction, this branch, sometimes broken, but they heal, try to heal and grow. I'm like one of them. Except, as I said in the other video, I receive information and process it, but I try not to make too much judgment. That's the wrong information. This is the right information. I may do that for my own sake, but each tree, even the tree that looks kind of nasty, may be doing the best. So I cannot argue with that. Well, maybe I can, but it's kind of difficult because origin is the same. The life energy, the creative process, and the growth. So go back to my own space, my mini-me, and me and mini-me, mini-universe, to make the most of it. And that process continues every step of the way, every heartbeat, blood flow, oxygen, and whatever, the nervous system. Yes. In fact, I feel it inside of me. There's a sense of the cells doing their best. Maybe the nervous system too, to make the most so that it's not sub-optimized and self-organizing among themselves. Each cells and organs, customers and suppliers, brain can try to control, but beyond that, there's a customer-supply relationship. So decentralized process works. That's the mini company idea, mini-me idea, mini-me idea. All the way. Can I say I'm aware of it? I feel like I'm aware of it right now by the sense of this feeling, tingling feeling, or transparency in my body. And the energy level still there to make the most of what they've got, just like a tree working hard beyond various obstacles. In our case, mind may confuse our body and do something useless, but that's part of what they do. As much as each cell may not complain other cells about what they have done, the same may be true for that mind and the mini-mind, and the impact to the stomach and ulcers and all that. The pain is there, but that is to go over the pain is the creative process for the growth. It may not work. Like the story in the Bible, I guess, the seeds on the rock. But given the situation, there's the possibility we each have, and within each of us have, that creative source living. Yeah, if you think about it, that creative source started from millions of years ago, continuing cells to meet the other cells, connect or not, create, and DNA and growing, and whatever the process happened, we are here as a part of the process. I can be only silent to feel about it. Yes, the tree is feeling every moment. It may not be as obvious, or the flowers and grass and all the living beings have their communication going on within themselves to make the most of it. Yet we have the ability to appreciate this being here, to feel of that liveliness. And there's no sign of ego, I hope, and I believe, but who knows? They can creep in. But no mind, no self to realize that's the core. And deeper part of our mind. If I move my shoulder and spine, I can feel it. I can accentuate it. Actually, that's what happened when I had the awakening, realizing of the aliveness, and I was amazed about it, and it went on and on from one location to the next. That's the customer-supplier relationship. And then the body start to move as the energy circulate. And I found my body bouncing. The energy was so strong. And that same energy is here now. That's life. I'm alive, still, peacefully alive. And this sense of aliveness must be good to cure the cancer, if there is one. It's oriented in the direction I sense that we are not interrupting. We don't know the end of it, but we just do our part of it. And by itself, it's complete. No need to think much further. It just happens as it would, as it is. But we can observe, feel, and appreciate. breathe in and breathe out. This simple process keep us going. And so the pain is a natural thing. If we were to grow, we are alive, no pain, no gain. But the pain is natural and the gain is natural too. I'm gonna cut it short. I'll continue in the bed to meditate. As I usually do. Maybe I'll talk about it. I mentioned to my friend Kemochi how I sleep. I said I put my hands down on the side and feel the sensation. That's all I do. No thinking, no mind, no self. It's just that. So I'm asleep in 3 minutes. Typically I'm very quick, but sometimes some thought pop up. What do I do? Back to samadhi. Pay attention to the sensation at the finger or the arm. Same as in zazen or meditation, in sitting, or focus on breathing. Empty-minded. Nature prevails and we go to sleep. We are alive. We know how to breathe. That's pretty good. But naturally, that can be difficult. So, good night. May all beings be happy, my cells especially.